Macmillan Audio presents Mr. Smith Goes to Prison by Jeff Smith. Read for you by the author. Introduction. The first correctional officer had 2 visible teeth. I came in with a young black guy who mumbled and a Chinese man who spoke broken English, but at least I could decipher their words. The CO was a lot harder to understand. Manchester, Kentucky is tucked in an Appalachian mountain hollow, and this correctional officer had apparently never left. When he sauntered into the austere holding room and asked the Chinese man his name, the man replied, "Shui Ming Chung." "Sesame chicken," replied the CO, laughing uproariously, and then repeating it twice as if it were the funniest thing he'd ever heard. He sent me to a heavy-set nurse for a battery of questions. "Height and weight?" she asked. 5'6", 120 pounds. She examined my slight frame and frowned. "Education level?" "PhD." She shot me a skeptical look. "Last profession?" "State senator." Now she rolled her eyes. "Well, I'll put it down if you want. If you want to play games, play games. You'll fit right in here. We got ones that think they're Jesus Christ, too." Another guard escorted me to a bathroom without a door. He was morbidly obese and spoke gruffly in a thick Kentucky drawl. "Strip," he commanded. I did. "Turn around," he barked. I did. "Open up your prison wallet," he ordered. I looked at him quizzically. "Turn around and open up your butt cheeks." I did. He manhandled me roughly. "All right, you's good to go." The last stop was in the office of the counselor, a wiry, compact, sandy-haired man named Mr. Sims with the light blue polo-style shirt and a wispy mustache. He flipped through the pre-sentencing report, pausing briefly to absorb the case summary, and shook his head. "This is crazy," he said quietly, without looking at me. "You shouldn't be here. It's a complete waste of money, time, space. A complete waste. Exactly. Finally, someone agreed. But now, it was too late. 6 months earlier, with a nervous spring in my step, I'd bounded onto the elevator up to my attorney's office. Like most politicians, I had a uniform. Blue shirt, sleeves rolled up, yellow print tie, slim-fitting khakis, the picture of a young, energetic state senator on the move. 5 years earlier, I'd challenged the scion of Missouri's leading political dynasty. I came within 1,700 votes of toppling him and reaching Congress at age 29. An award-winning film chronicling my efforts titled "Can Mr. Smith Get to Washington Anymore?" earned a cult-like following among young politicos around the country. And now, the vaguely familiar man in the elevator up to my lawyer's office smiled when he referenced the film. "Gonna run for Congress again, Mr. Smith? Or City Hall?" My heart pounded, and I told the man in the elevator, "Right now, sir, I'm just happy in the state senate." But I knew I wouldn't be going to Capitol Hill or City Hall anytime soon. When I left my lawyer's office an hour later, having learned that A, my political career was over, B, my best friend had been taping all of our conversations for months, and C, the contents of these tapes would be splashed across the front page of the newspaper, I realized I was going to prison. 6 months later, I was adrift in a sea of sharks, an academic come politician come felon, forced to learn prison patois and the politics of survival. Instead of the quiet, uneventful post teaching GED courses that I'd hoped for, I was assigned to unload food trucks at the warehouse. In prison, I would be the student, not the teacher. Mr. Smith Goes to Prison is a story of what I learned there, about my fellow prisoners, the guards and administrators, and the system in which we operated. My story is a cautionary tale of friendship and betrayal. It is a story of how politics prepared me for prison, and how prison prepared me for life. But more broadly, it's a scathing indictment of a system that teaches prisoners how to be better criminals instead of better citizens. And finally, it's a prescription for how we can address our nation.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?